Okay, so you've heard about Aunt Jemima and why she is like a stereotype and a racist type of deal and all that. All right, I'm not gonna be racist to you about Aunt Jemima. I'm gonna tell you the truth. She owned a company, Pearl Money Company, of course, and she was one of those African Americans or people of that color, descent, that literally was doing things that was really good for her. She was successful in a pancake company. She knew she was going to be successful there. She knew how to make pancakes, and that's all. I mean, she knew syrup. And the reason why she knew that is because she's literally been taught how to do that, and that was the culture back then. It wasn't some let's just say people saying, "Oh, it's just well." People say, "Well, it's racist because she's a pancake person." Well, that's all she knew was pancakes and a few southern cooking deals. I mean, she could have just said, she could have just said, okay, I'll make something else like mac and cheese or something like that. But she decided to be a pancake company, the one thing that she was the best at. And well, she was so good after all that she made her own company, like I said, and she was a rare person that was successful. I keep saying that. And I did a little bit of research, of course, about how people were treating her. They were very racist back then, and they always were back then. We keep getting better, of course, but sometimes we just make mistakes and get worse. But Jemima, she was very she was so good that she was on brands in the 90s and 2000s and a little bit of 2010s, or at least some of 2010s. And she was recognized all over the world back in that time. She was so successful that she ended up becoming very rich. She was very rich, and she broke up. She broke off almost all the stereotypes back then. She almost did, and she was one of those successful people that made people think, well, she shouldn't have done that. But then the company said, okay, that's okay, because she's successful, and that's the only thing that matters. And that's one thing I'm going to say right now. Aunt Jemima was very successful, and that's the only thing that matters. Even if she had this ad that was very racist today, and especially today's standards, that was not a racist ad back then. Actually, that ad was considered normal. And maybe we should just, if we ought to be cancel culture, today, why don't we cancel all things back then? Because well, as back then, they were only favoring the white people. If they were doing the black people, they were always racist. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. Like Popeye and even all the Looney Tunes, they were racist. So should we cancel Looney Tunes? Should we cancel Popeye? I mean, again, we should even cancel Mickey Mouse because he's racist. And Disney is, matter of fact, we should cancel Disney because they're racist. I'm telling you guys, Aunt Jemima, I'm sorry, but they were really good. She was a really good person at her job. She knew what she was doing. I don't know her personally, but I know that she was truly a woman that beat the odds of all the black people back then because we were so racist. She beat all of the odds and became a figure of the 90s. Believe it or not, she became a true figure in syrup brands. She knew what she is. She was like the perfect syrup. She actually created all the ingredients for the syrup for today. She invented the certain serums and all that, and created pancake syrup. Like she literally instead of having it come from tree sap or maple, she actually made it from something else. She was a smart woman. She was very smart, maybe a genius. And don't you say that Aunt Jemima is racist, because back in her time, she was the opposite of that. You know, of course, you know what's racist, right? Looney Tunes. They're racist. She's not that racist compared to that, okay? So stop saying, oh, Aunt Jemima is, a racist thing, because, especially back then, for Looney Tunes, they're racist, but then they turn around. Of course they did, And Disney, well, they turned around back in the, 2000, they turned around. People started figuring out about racism back in the late 90s, of course, But guys, even if Aunt Jemima was a stereotype, it still mattered that she was successful. She had a business company, and I bet she was a millionaire, and her family's rich. Guys, racism matters, but so do people, okay? Alright, I'll be done, okay? Bye.